All right, ladies and gentlemen, what can I say except President-elect Donald Trump? We're going to talk to Larry Kudlow, one of his chief economic advisors, and more. First, we go down to Ed Berliner for all the latest.
Thanks, Steve. Let's get to work. Hillary Clinton finally emerged late this morning to face the public and admit election defeat. Coming to grips with either Clinton fatigue or the issue the majority of America just doesn't trust her. End of story.
This is not the outcome we wanted or we worked so hard for, and I'm sorry that we did not win this election.
Meanwhile, against all odds, Donald Trump will now go by the title President-elect.
It's time for America to bind the wounds of division. Have to get together. To all Republicans and Democrats and independents across this nation, I say it is time for us to come together as one united people.
Trump took the Electoral College by a solid margin, pulling off surprises in the Democratic strongholds of Pennsylvania and Wisconsin. Democrats had been optimistic about taking control of the Senate, but it's backseat time for the left. Republicans hold the majority for at least 2 more years, with Republican Vice President Mike Pence now given the tiebreaker vote. And the mandate is complete, as Republicans will also maintain majority in the House, 238 seats to 191 in favor of the GOP. For more election recap, eyes here, or head over to Newsmax.com. I'm Ed Berliner, Newsmax TV. Steve, it's all yours.
All right, Ed, thank you. 279 to 218, and Trump still leads in Michigan and Arizona. They've not been called. Hillary leads in Minnesota. Trump won Ohio, North Carolina, Florida, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, and Iowa. Republicans have lost so far just 1 seat in the Senate. The Kelly Ayotte seat may go as well, and just 6 seats in the House. They won 3 more governorships and now have 33. Let's listen to President-elect Trump from last night.
I've just received a call from Secretary Clinton. She congratulated us, it's about us, on our victory. And I congratulated her and her family on a very, very hard-fought campaign. I mean, she fought very hard. Hillary has worked very long and very hard over a long period of time, and we owe her a major debt of gratitude for her service to our country. I mean that very sincerely.
I'll tell you what we owe her. We owe her a new Justice Department with a new investigation into what she did. Losing and feeling sorry for her does not take away what she committed, the crime she committed against this country, in my opinion. All right, let us hear more from Donald Trump.
Now it's time for America to bind the wounds of division. Have to get together. To all Republicans and Democrats and independents across this nation, I say it is time for us to come together as one united people.
All right, and Hillary, as Ed mentioned, came out today, nothing last night, sent John Podesta out last night, finally showed up very late to her farewell and said this.
This is painful, and it will be for a long time. But I want you to remember this. Our campaign was never about one person or even one election. It was about the country we love and about building an America that's hopeful, inclusive, and big-hearted. We have seen that our nation is more deeply divided than we thought. But I still believe in America, and I always will. And if you do, then we must accept this result and then look to the future.
And then, ladies and gentlemen, Paul Ryan weighed in today as well.
There is no doubt our democracy can be very messy. And we do remain a sharply divided country. But now, as we do every 4 years, we have to work to heal the divisions of a long campaign. I think President-elect Donald Trump set the perfect tone last night for doing just this. And I know President Obama and Secretary Clinton are committed to bringing the country together. This needs to be a time of redemption, not a time of recrimination. We all need to rededicate ourselves to making America great and making it a more perfect union.
Ladies and gentlemen, what a great night last night was. And by the way, Dick Morris predicted all this. He wrote the book Armageddon, How Trump Can Beat Hillary, and he did. And he predicted how did so many of the pollsters get it wrong in the run-up to the election? I mean, Newsmax TV's political analyst Dick Morris predicted the landslide, okay, and outlined how this would be achieved in, as I mentioned, Armageddon, How Trump Can Beat Hillary. And there it is. Look at that from Newsmax. Dick Morris predicts landslide win for Trump as mail vote grows. The pollsters were nowhere, for the most part. A couple of them got it right. We'll talk about that with John Zogby a little bit later on. Barack Obama is going to speak. I doubt that he's going to be talking about the KKK endorsing Trump and Trump accepting it. I doubt that he's going to say that Donald Trump is just plain unqualified to be president of the United States. But we'll see what he does say. And tomorrow, Donald Trump meets with President Barack Obama. That I'd like to be a fly on the wall for.